loves, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Swax. Swax facts, Swax instructions, and all things Swax. Crystal Swax to be exact. That was unscripted, but it sounded so scripted. I'm so sorry. Okay, so Swax facts. Every purchase of Swax is going to come with this instructional piece of paper. I have it larger here. This is the size that you will get. It's roughly 1 to 2 font sizes smaller, just so I could get more on a piece of paper. Here are the Swax facts and instructions. You can read and follow along with me. So, Swax facts. Save the Swax! Well, your Swax comes in a solid mold. It is meant to be malleable. This helps you to save Swax. When you scrape off excess of your tips, you can put it right back on the Swax. And it contains real crystals. Yes, real crystals, you read that right. It contains real crystals, and though they be tiny, they be mighty. The weight of some of the crystals has them sinking to the bottom of the mold and are visible on the top of the wax, and some are stable enough to be layered, but regardless of where they end up, I can guarantee that all wax purchases will have 3 to 5 crystals if you bought a trio, roughly 1 in each mold. So what is this? I can't give you my entire recipe, obviously, but I can tell you that the main ingredient in Swax is beeswax, and the scent comes from essential oils. And of course the crystals are in there as well. So, Swax instructions. Step 1, grab your Swax, okay? There's a multitude of scents and shapes to choose from. Just a few really quickly. I have a green leaf. This is fresh cut grass. This is 2-in-1 bamboo, so we're going to have rain and bamboo on this side. Then we have just bamboo here. We've got, hold on, let me move this out of the way. We've got some brains. This is Halloween limited edition. These, oh, let me start. Rewind. Okay, so these bricks are going to be classic. Okay, these are classic. Oh, they're not even in frame. These bricks are going to be classic, so these will be available for you to purchase all year round. At least until I run out of those essential oils, and then it might have to replace them, whatever. So then we've got the brains. These are the Halloween release. I also have a fall release for you. I don't have all of those bagged up, but I will pull them off the tray. I just made some more of them. So here is what they look like. So we've got big leaves. This is sandalwood, this is fresh cut grass, and this is cinnamon. So those are those 3 right there. And then a fall trio is a smaller version of each leaf. So you have the cinnamon, the sandalwood, and the fresh cut grass. So those are your fall options. I also have, like I said, the Halloween brains. So those are the options for Swax. So here is the prototype that I have been using for forever. And I will show you what it looks like now after, I don't know, like 2-3 weeks of testing. So this is what it looks like. You can see that it's definitely deformed, okay? And I'll show you why, and we'll get into that in a second. But you see the crystal is still there. Haven't even made a dent in this after as long as I've been using it. And I'll show you why. So, I have this one that didn't turn out perfect because it was too small, and I didn't want to sell somebody a brick this small, so I'm just going to take it. I'm going to hold it in my hand for about 1.5 minutes, and that is step number 1. So step 1, hold in your hand for 1 minute or 2. If you live in a cooler climate, you might have to do this more often, but if you live in a warm climate, it should hold. Once it's you know, been held, it should hold. You know, does that make sense? Probably not, but that's okay. So I am going to grab a pen here. I have to clear that one, but I will do that right now as well. So I'm just going to take some tweezers and clear this out. This is the old formula of Swax, not the current formula. It just needed a little bit something extra. So that's what I did. I gave it a little bit of something extra. So, clearing out the pen tips as best I can. I'll tell you what, this old formula is pretty dope too, though. It's pretty good too. Okay, so holding it in my hand still. Step 2, take your preferred tip and scrape some off. So, I've been holding it in my hand, so I'm going to open my hand so you can see it's there, okay? And I am going to take and scrape it. It should be easy once you've held it in your hand. Should be easy. Okay, and then I'm gonna take and I'm going to just scrape off the excess. Put it right back on the mold. So it's meant to be malleable. So you can see that I can sort of move it around. I can pinch it. I can pinch some off and put some places. You see that? So it's meant to do that. It's meant for you to be able to save it. It's meant for you to be able to slide your finger across the tip and put it right back on the mold and use it later. So I'm gonna get some in the bottom part as well. I'm just gonna, there we go. So that is perfect. So how am I going to make sure that I don't get residue on my hand or on my wax? So if you know anything about wax, you know that it has a tendency to give residue. Even pink wax will leave residue behind. So how on earth can we fix this? So I have just a little piece of a diamond painting that's no longer good and usable, and I'm just going to take and I'm going to press the wax. Specifically, I want to find some circles. I'm going to press it in, press it in, press it in, press it in, and then I'm going to tape my tweezers back, and I'm just going to take it, scrape it off, stick it back on the Swax. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the single tip. I'm gonna press, wait till we get having some spillage there, and we're gonna press it again. And after about 1 to 2 times, it's usually good to go. But I do usually like to take some drills and drill them as practice drills as well, just to be double, triple sure. And I'm going to take the darkest color I have so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm also using my shade tray. And I just recently learned that this is a hybrid tray. This has wood filament and whatever the other filament is. Okay, so we're going to take 4 drills, because this is a 4-placer, and I'm going to, and I'm a hard presser, y'all. You know this. You know I'm a hard presser. I hate this stupid piece of thing. That's why this is no more good. Okay, so press it in, press it in. So we've got the residue coming off. Press it in again. So now we're seeing that less residue is coming off, so we're just gonna do it one more time. Like I said, about 4 practice drills, and we should be good to go from there. So now I'm just going to take and scrape off just the top so that my residue from the wax will not invade this area. So next step. Step 3, scrape off excess, yep, and put it right back on. Waste not, want not. Feel free to take the end of your tweezers to push it in, drill a few practice drills, and remove any excess residue. That's good, we did that. So I am now going to move on to step 4, which is drill, baby, drill. So I'm gonna take and I'm going to begin drilling my kitten here. This is Midnight Cat from Diamond Dotz. So I'm gonna go here. So we're hearing the sound, we're seeing very little residue, and as you drill, the residue will become less and less and less until you have none. But you do want to make sure that you take the precaution of just pushing out the residue as best you can on those practice drills. That's what they're there for. That's how you use wax. It doesn't matter what kind of wax is going to be in. You're going to be using it. It's going to have some residue. So that was a big struggle for me as somebody who wanted to make my own wax. I wanted it to have no residue, but I quickly learned that the only way to have no residue is to not diamond paint. So there's that. And you know I'm truthful and you know I'm honest all the time, always. It's one of the big things about my channel. So it doesn't matter if I'm affiliated with a company, I make sure that I tell the absolute 100% truth all the time. So with that truth in mind, this is definitely more for your multi-placer. You can use it in your single placer, it just won't last as long, and that's okay. I mean, some people don't use their multi-placer at all, some people don't use their single placer at all. So I, being the multi-placing queen that I am, give me a block of color every single time and I am ready and here and willing to, I'm willing to do it all. So I made sure that my wax was definitely mostly compatible. That was the most important thing to me, was making sure that my wax was mostly compatible in the multi-placer, because I love to multi-place. So I'm just gonna drill for a little bit and you can see how I go and you can see how it works. Now this one that I used here, it is for now my personal collection, but this is Ocean Breeze. It is a blend of essential oils to create the fragrance. I do have intents to make fragrance free in the future, but what's going to happen is my formula is going to have to be reworked, because the formula relies heavily on the fact that it is able to be malleable, and that is a combination of our dye, some of the other ingredients, and the scent. So I have to make sure that before I launch that, I have to test it and test it and test it some more. My wax gives you the pop, the classic pop, and it is definitely sticky and tacky. And I am getting an average of an hour and a half, almost, or an hour, just over an hour and a half, right under 2 hours in the single placer, and around 3 hours, I believe. I think it's an hour and a half in the single placer and about just under 3 hours in the multi placer of continuous straight use. But that is likely to change for you. I'm not guaranteeing these times. I'm saying what I'm getting. As somebody who is a hard presser, I'm pretty satisfied with the amount of time that it lasts, provided you make sure that you fill it up enough. I didn't fill this one up enough, so I'm going to refill and re-drill. So the good thing about this is that it does give you the freedom to go for quite a while. And if you're a softer placer, you may get even more time out of it, which is awesome, and that's amazing. And that is going to be it for this video. If you have any additional questions that I did not cover, please feel free to leave them in the description box, the comment section. And that is going to be it for today's video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any additional questions that you need answered, please leave them in the comment section. I will get to them as soon as possible, and if there's enough questions, I may do a second video just to clarify anything I might have missed. But that is going to be it. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, like I said, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. I'd be so happy to have you. Alright, I hope that you are being safe, washing your hands, taking care of yourselves. Bye, guys.